Hey everyone, Matt Jarbo here with a quick update over the Mundane Cat GoFundMe. This is Chance. He is home from the hospital and he is doing much better. Everyone has been so generous so far. For that, I am eternally grateful. You guys have no idea. We're not quite done yet. 6,000 is the goal. We're almost there, and I just really hope you guys can help push it over. We are just over $4,200 in the GoFundMe, and we're almost there, but we need a little bit further of a push. If you can help, please go to gofundme.com/mundanecat. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. You guys totally rock. Thanks. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And you know what's always fun? Getting a surprise package in the mail. Especially if it's a screw up. You order something online, you get something better, you feel like you got the better end of the deal. Except maybe right here, where a woman ordered a yoga mat online and instead got a $400,000 package of oxycodone. Because if you're gonna have a party weekend, you might as well do it with some oxy. I'm totally kidding. I've never tried it. I've seen people on it. It is ridiculous. I'm not into pills or pharmaceuticals, but this is a huge problem. It's definitely a huge problem, especially in the United States. Now, it says here that a woman walked out to meet her mail carrier thinking a yoga mat she ordered had arrived. Instead, she was handed a heavy box filled with 400 grand worth of illegal drugs. An evidence photo from the York County drug agent showed some of the pills. Another picture from the woman who got the package showed many more, thousands more in the bottom of this box. Now she's clearly doing the right thing here. I could only imagine this playing out like a really twisted version of Sam Raimi's was it like the game plan or whatever it is, or a simple plan, where they find crashed bank robbery money in the woods, and they all try to hide it amongst themselves, and then it all goes haywire. She did the right thing by turning this thing in, absolutely. But still, man, 400 grand worth of illegal drugs. It's insane. And she probably did the right thing by turning it in, because if she didn't turn it in, somebody might have actually tried to come track her down afterward and then be like, yo, you got my drugs? And then she's all, nope. Yeah, I got nothing. I'm good. Although I don't think you snort oxycodone and then you take it. But I'm saying, hey, you improvise when you don't have water. So they arrived Saturday in a priority mail package shipped from Newport Beach, California, according to the label. Most of this is counterfeit, and it comes from other countries, and it's being shipped in. This coming from York County drug agent Marvin Brown. Most of it's counterfeit, but it's still valued at $400,000. So that's a little bit weird. Is it how is it counterfeit? Is it knockoff oxycodone? Is it legit oxycodone? Is it name brand oxycodone? Or is it just something that they make to look like it? Or is it what they use to cut it with? I'm not into this kind of stuff. I literally have no idea. But when it just says most of this is counterfeit, to what extent is it counterfeit? These are the things we want to know when trying to understand how important or how expensive that package was actually worth. It's likely the package was supposed to be sent to a woman's old apartment that's now vacant, and someone was supposed to watch the place and pick it up. Instead, it was forwarded to the woman's new address. Now, that one's entirely new on me, and probably one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about this particular story. I've never thought about that as a way of shipping illicit or illegal or, nudie mags to a new place. Find a neighbor's house. They've been gone for a while. I mean, hell, you go to Detroit, Michigan. I think they have so many abandoned homes. You just mail something out there. Mail delivery guy shows up, drops it off out front. You track the package on your phone. You go and you retrieve it. No one around's even aware of what you're doing, and you're good to go. It's just such an interesting way that drug dealers or whatever will actually be able to conduct their business. It's like Mitch Hedberg said once, the best drug dealer is the UPS guy, because he doesn't even know that he's doing it. Now, drugs are shipped this way all the time to places where no one lives. Vacant apartments, homes where people have gone to work for the day, and someone's sitting outside tracking the package, waiting for the trucks to make the delivery. The post office knew the woman moved and didn't deliver it there, so that's good. But when I move, you put in the change of address form, and then they ship it there, and it gets flagged, and then they send it to your new location. So it's one of those things where this mail guy, because maybe this is just a small town in South Carolina, just knew her and went to the new place. So that's very interesting. But it also, Well, if it was addressed to her, like, what happened to the yoga mat? That's the other thing too. Like, what happened to the yoga mat? And if it was addressed to her, that means it probably would have been someone who knew her who was sending this thing off. Like, that's where my mind goes. It's like, there's some questions there that this story is not answering. So neighbors were stunned to hear that more than 20,000 oxycodone pills were delivered just doors away from them by mistake. Would you really be that shocked? I mean, really? You know, because you're looking around, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that Nancy got sent all that oxycodone. It's like the time that Walt down the road got accidentally sent my Black Dragon horsecock. I mean, it was embarrassing to get it back, but man, I really love horsecock. No one's going to care. I don't care what my neighbors get. Unless it's like hardcore, you know, like it's like snuff films or something. If you were to say, oh, your neighbor was accidentally sent 20,000 oxycodone pills, I'd been like, well, they're going to have a good weekend. But if they would have been like, oh, but your neighbor was sent 38 snuff films, I'd be like, that's horrible. By accident or real, you know? Because then that puts a whole different spin on it. We know drugs get shipped through the mail. We know this sort of thing. But if you're sending off something super illegal, it would have to be super crazy to elicit that kind of shocked response. Anyway, so one of the neighbors did say here, it's scary to think that someone like that could be right down the road, and so I'll say easily accessible. What? It's like, it's not that big. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, yes, it's interesting that this is how it happens, but it's not like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? We need a neighborhood watch program now for any kind of undelivered packages or unpicked up packages. That's kind of what I feel the hysteria might lead to. You know, someone at the corner, they're going, okay, we have the UPS guy. He's currently driving down the road there. Looks like he's stopping off at Richard's house to drop off. Richard says here he ordered himself a new leather seat cover for his car. Okay, that looks to be all right. Oh, now he's moving up the street to Janie's house, and Janie, she says here that it's a personal adult back massager. Okay, you know, like, what they gonna start monitoring your packages coming into the neighborhood? What kind of crap is that? And they're not. I'm clearly making a joke, but it's feels like that's kind of where the hysterics are going to go. You know, super neighborhood watch, make sure this kind of stuff doesn't happen. And maybe people should pay more attention to their neighborhood, who comes and who goes, because it might keep these kind of things from happening. But at the same time, people are going to live their lives how they want, and that's not going to end up, you know, impacting them. Anyway, it says here that the woman who got the oxycodone immediately called the police. Drug agents say they're trying to figure out where the package was headed. Well, clearly, if somebody had sent it to her old address and they were waiting outside for that to happen, then and you can tell that where it was headed, they're never going to find out. And if the person who was awaiting for the package never got the package, then the person who sent the package, probably at the instruction of the person waiting for the package, just lost 400 grand in oxycodone. So you're probably not going to find that person because, and well, let's be realistic here, they're probably dead. I mean, people have been killed for way less. Dude losing almost $500,000 in oxycodone pills, that's not going to go over well with the boss, period. But what I find interesting, though, about this is because this oxycodone is an opiate, all right? And there is a huge opiate problem in the United States. And I came across this article today saying Trump declared an opioid emergency and then did nothing. And that's true. Look, I do want to tie this back to Trump for a hot second. I'm not criticizing him for declaring an opioid emergency. This sort of thing with $400,000 worth of pills being sent out there shows you that there is a lot of trafficking for this kind of contraband in the United States. And that's my biggest problem here with the president. And I just want to put this back out there as a legit criticism. If you're going to declare something an emergency, if you're going to declare an opioid crisis, which we all know exists, and yes, statistics prove that it exists predominantly in Trump winning states, that it's still a problem. I don't care who they voted for. It's still a problem. And then you do nothing. That sends a strong, clear message to dealers out there that they can just continuously ship this stuff around because the presidential administration that declared it a problem and declared it an emergency doesn't really care enough to follow through after making those claims. And let's be realistic here. After 9 months of Trump, that is quite frankly what we're getting a lot of boisterous hot air and no actual follow through. And this just, well, further proves that particular point. So I would hope that our president might see something like this and go, okay, maybe I should reassess how I'm doing this thing. I should reassess how I'm approaching this, and then also just, appoint Jared Kushner to tackle the opioid crisis because, hey, if he's not trying to solve peace in the Middle East, he might as well do this too. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.